Hello everyone, welcome to Elisa Marie Designs. I am Elisa Maria. Welcome back if you're back. Hi everybody, and welcome if you are new. For 2025, I said what I'm going to do on Thursdays is do a throwback to 2024 and get out a canvas that I didn't get time to finish. And this canvas is a really special canvas. It was actually the canvas that I had planned in 2024 to do during the holiday because she has all the glitz and glamour of the holiday. This is Diamond Dotz, Portrait of Adele or Adella, Woman in Gold. She is spectacular. She's a partial, which means this centerpiece here, just right up to the arm, is not, there's no drills in that space. It's actually the artwork, and I actually like that. I did Woman in Gold already through Diamond Painting Shop, and I had one enhancement that I made myself on that, and I switched out the color topaz for a DP with Sparkler AB topaz drill to give it that gold foiling effect that Klimt was so known for. This is part of his golden era when he really used a lot of gold. He was inspired by the Byzantine mosaics and a lot of Japanese art also. But this is from his golden era. This is Adella, and she was a patron of the arts. Let me see here. Is that one sticking up? This kit is so encrusted with enhancements. Last count, there's 13, and I don't think that there's that many. I don't think that there's that many drills in this canvas. So let me see here, 14, 15, 16. All right, so they say that there's 26 drills, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Well, there's 34 drills. And I don't know why they have them separated on the ledger, that only certain ones are, like maybe 5 of them are enhanced. Look at this canvas. How could 5 of them be enhancements? It's encrusted with drills that look like metal. There's a few of them. I have to get to know this canvas again because I put her away. Like, look at this drill right here. This looks like a chain. These are individual drills. It looks like a chain. These beautiful blues. The only thing that I don't like is Adella's necklace. I probably will change that out because the original necklace had a sapphire and a ruby, and it was encrusted in diamonds. This was confiscated. The Nazis confiscated this masterpiece. It was found, but it was in the Vienna Museum of Art, where most of Klimt's artwork is. But Marie Altman, who was the niece of Adella's husband, Ferdinand, actually petitioned to have this returned to her family, and it is now in New York at the New Gallery in New York. And you know, my passion for Klimt, I kind of knew who he was, really ignited during doing diamond painting. You can't help, like, I might have admired his work, but when you're actually recreating it, it's a totally different feel. And I had gotten such an appreciation. I did a master class on this canvas. I don't know how many lessons I have, but I did them, not maybe with this canvas. I did some, but more so with Diamond Painting Shop. I got into Adella's life with her husband Ferdinand. I have a whole video just on her jewelry, what type of, where she was a socialite. She had money, and she married a man with money, and he was a huge collector of porcelain. He had in his estate that the Nazis took were like 300 of these rare teacups and saucers, just that alone. Her jewelry, he just showered her with jewelry, and this beautiful necklace that was never recovered. And Adella was attracted to the arts and painters and intellectuals, and had these parties in her home where she got people together to talk about the philosophy and art and music. Adella was my kind of girl, because that's what I do. That's what John and I both do. We get together with people and we talk, you know, in our home. We have our home open. John plays music. I'm the hostess. I talk about art, and we talk about philosophy. We talk about our world and our country. And, you know, we're just so drawn to philosophical and intellectual thinkers, and Adella and her husband were the same way. So where did I leave off here? I see that I'm a little bit here and a little bit here and a little bit here, and probably what I was doing was showcasing the different drills in this canvas, because I didn't want to make you wait, because this part is where all the gold foiling is, as you can tell, in here and in here. And what else I loved about this canvas was, and take these glasses off, was, you know, I might have only had a few minutes to do something, and I might just do like just one little square. So each one of these, each part of this canvas is like a canvas within a canvas within a canvas within a canvas, and you really get, because it's layered, you know, you look at the beauty of it, you get to know these gorgeous drills, like everyone is exciting to work with. And then, you know, you're doing your outline, but then you're doing all these geometrical shapes and beautiful color and beautiful drills that just kind of pop up at you. So I'm sorry, Adella, that I put you away for, I mean, I think the last time I had her out was maybe October. Ooh, I really thought I'm going to be doing this for Christmas, because she's just the silver and the gold and the color. And then I got all caught up for the first time in my life being a diamond painter in Good Friday. I'm still saying Good Friday. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, BOGO. I was in it. I was like, oh my God. You know, when I would hear people talk, I was like, oh my God, like, oh no, I can't, you know, I got to do one diamond painting at a time. And then, you know, then I'll buy myself another diamond painting. Yeah, okay. I got all caught up with you crazies. And now I got a stash. Every time I say it, I shake a little bit. I'm like, how did I get a stash? What happened? I got a stash now, and I'm still buying. I have a lot of surprises coming up. Where do I want to begin? Well, let me show you this beautiful case here. Because if you're new to this channel, or if you missed Adella, she went away. This is basically the gold foiling drill. And I kind of do this one on my own, because it's you know, very mundane. You have like different colors of antique gold in the background. Then you have these going in. And so, you know, sometimes I just leave these to put in with you guys because they're so special. Here's another one. So that's 2. Look at these. 3. The black one's 4. What's in here? The blue, 5. And then you have these 6 are the baguettes. Another size bag, oh, another color baguette. 7, 8. Here's 9 enhancements right here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 is this one. This one is just a light gray. And then you have this one. 10. The one that looks like a chain. Looks like a chain going around. That's 10. Are you upside down or empty? You're empty. Here's another one, 11. Here's another one, 12. Yeah, so there's about 12. And I think there's one AB in here. And it kind of gets lost because I showed you that one. Or maybe not. Oh, no, here it is. Here's an AB in here. So yeah, I was right, 13. There's 13 enhancements in here, and Diamond Dotz is only like, they go from A26, and then I think maybe they just put their numbers down. No, they have like, oh, the special sized ones. I don't know. I don't know. All I know, I'm counting it as 13. So who are we going to start with? I just saw something jump up at me. No, I don't want to do that one. I want to kind of do something that's, you know, va-va-voom. Here we go. We'll do her. We'll do her. And I'm going to get my gold tray. I'm going to move this down towards me. Sometimes I keep one of my pool noodles. That's why she's still curling. And I'll roll the pool noodle, and I'll just put a little clip on the end, and it'll hold it in place, and I'll move this part away from me so that it wasn't like dragging or, you know, behind my desk. It was probably the setup that I had before. So yeah, let's do these little V's here. I have to move her closer to me. I don't want to lean over her. What's on this side? Did I not finish any special drills here? Oh, well, here's some. They're going to go in here. And then what's letter T? Small t. Oh, this is another AB. So that's 14. I'm telling you, I think every one of these are just, because I just showed you the orange one, right? Yeah. So yeah, there's the one AB, and here's the other one. All right, we're going to do these two, because then I'll close up this section here around the baguettes. And what's the big T? The big T is just a, I wrote the name on the back, Pale Dove, because when I was telling you guys, you know, if you watched my video that I did earlier on the one before, I showed you guys how I set up my canvas and my drill tray, and I gave you all the DMC codes to the color of the drills. And, you know, I was writing on here what the names were. I kind of rubbed off because, yeah, I may have been, probably knew it by then, didn't care that it kind of got lost in there. Oh, all right, so we got a couple of special drills to put in here. And I have my Art Dot putty, but I will tell you that I used, now I don't know, this is just my own theory. You get different colors of wax in diamond painting kits, and I don't know, this is just what I think. I find that when I am using a blue wax, like that pale blue wax, to me, it always seems oilier. And I was using that wax to pick these up, and it was doing a great job at it. It was doing a really great job. And I was like, maybe it's just a lighter wax. Maybe it just has a little bit more slip to it, that it's making it easier to pick these drills up. I mean, I can't even believe I put this canvas away. Look at this. They're just gorgeous. Okay. So I'm going to use I'm fully loaded. I just loaded this up. Yeah. And what color did I say this was? V. I'm too busy talking. I am freezing. It is actually Wednesday evening. It's not Thursday yet. Being that I'm going away tomorrow, I said, you know, let me get my video done. I was going to do it in the morning, but I know my husband, and he's going to be a nervous wreck until we get in the car. Oh, he's a pill. He just went by me a little while ago. Now he has guitars. You guys know he's a musician. He just retired from the post office, and he was saying how his guitars need, you know, he's got to put a humidifier in the in his room, And did I get that? And he said that one of his other musician friends gave him a tip that if he was to get a soap dish and get and drill holes in the back of it and put a wet sponge in there, and then he could put it in the base of the guitar, and it would keep that guitar, would give it the humidity that it needed, or the moisture. I don't know. Anyway, so this was a couple of days ago. So we did a lot in here today. We were, I don't know. We weren't plan. I think we do better when we don't plan things. Like, it just happens. He happened to go down. Well, I followed him because I heard him say, I'm going downstairs to get the drill. I went, what did he just say? He's going downstairs to get a drill. I never saw my husband hold a drill in his life. And I went downstairs. I was like, what drill? He's like, well, I got 2 of them. I'm like, yeah, but I never saw you use a drill. What are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm going to drill holes in my soap dishes. Remember I told you? I went, oh, okay. He's like, why? What's the matter? It's like, I thought that you were going to drill into the structure of our home. Give me a heart attack. He does little things. He does little things, and I'm really proud of him when he gets something. Like he did the shower head in our bathroom. He changed the shower head. I was like, oh God, please. What is going on here? I feel like the packing of this. Okay, let's see. There we go. Yeah, so like little things. But when he said drill, I went into a panic. So he drilled his little soap dishes, and he put, you know, his wet sponge in there, and I'm hoping that that works, because I could tell that the guitar was drying out. And I don't know, when I followed him downstairs, I had something sell on eBay. Then he wanted, it was actually a vintage piano book with songs, and so strange because I was working on Congress Hall, and this woman lived on Congress Avenue. I was like, this is crazy, because I had that book up on eBay for a really long time, and all of a sudden it sold. And I was like, oh, this is interesting. It's going to Congress Avenue, and not far from me either. And he was like, oh, what did you sell? I'm like, I sold a book on old like vintage music, Christmas music. And he's like, oh, maybe I'll play some. I'm like, listen, you ain't playing nothing. You're not playing nothing. I'm putting it in, I'm getting it ready to go into the mail. Play. So I was like, I have other piano books if you want them. He's like, nah, they only want what they can't have. Oh, and that's it. Yeah, so I went down the basement with him, and I ended up putting like a lot of stuff away and organizing. You got to chip at these things a little bit at a time. You can't do them all, you know. It's a little overwhelming. We got a lot going on in here. And I reclaimed my art room back, but I'm going out the door, so I don't want to get too involved with my bringing everything up. But I did put a really nice, my Thunderbird, it's my favorite yoga blanket. I put that on the floor, and who came in? The other one, Foofy. He came in. Oh, did you lay this down for me? Oh, thank you very much. And he was making biscuits on that thing. I'm like, I got to get a lock on my door. I got to get a lock. Come on, little guy. Now, I'll tell you why I had trouble with that, and that's because this baguette is raised up higher than, of course, the rest of the drills, and you can't get your diamond painting pen flush to the surface, so you gotta do a dotter, which I don't mind. Dotting gives me an opportunity to slow down a little bit. If this painting is too much for you and you are a Klimt fan, I really, the one that I got from Diamond Painting Shop really was smaller. It may have been a 40 by 40. Still very pretty. Still a lot of detail on it. It might have been a little bit bigger than that. And then I got the Kiss, and the Kiss from the diamond painting shop had 3D flowers. So like where she is kneeling in that field, it's it was all 3D flowers. You can find it on my, or I'll link it. I'll link it. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so please think about subscribing. I think that now I'm grabbing something. Did I just put this down? No, I did not. Did I? No. Maybe I did. I love having my nippers because they have a jaw mouth and they just grab everything. I don't think that you go here. You don't go here. How did I mix you up here? Do I have another? All right, you got one over here. There we go. And I'm freezing. I don't know how it's not snowing. Do you go over here? Why do you not look like you go? You do go there. Okay. Ooh, bulge up for no reason. Okay, let me just concentrate on what I'm doing. So I'm freezing. And I can't believe that it has not snowed again with this extreme cold that we have going on, you know. Am I in the shot? Yeah. Good time to look. I put a call out to Diamond Dotz when I was a new diamond painter and I really didn't, you know, really have much experience, and I saw Katie from Diamonds and Washi do this in her year review, maybe for, I wasn't diamond painting during the pandemic, unfortunately, but we were so busy, me and John, we just were, you know, he worked during the pandemic. He was one of the essential employees that had to go to work. And I'm looking to see if I have any more here before I put this away. Yeah, I really have a big, I usually don't take this big chunk of space. Yeah, I guess I did. So John was an essential employee and he went to work every day, and we just didn't shut down. You know, I mean, everything was shut down, but we still kept ourselves pretty active. We still went out. We still, you know, when I say went out, we still went and got outside and went out for a walk and took drives and got into the fresh air. I don't know. I don't have that much of a medical background. I have worked in the medical profession, and, you know, from what I've learned, you know, fresh air and sunshine are the best thing for you. And so, you know, there was nobody out, nobody around. We took long walks. We still got out. So it wasn't like we were going stir crazy in here. We played a lot of Scrabble. We did that. John played a lot of music. I was doing maybe sketch work at the time. A lot of sketch work, colored pencils, a lot of writing during that whole time. But when I saw Katie, you know, do this canvas, I was like, oh my God, when am I going to be, like, when am I going to feel confident enough to do something like that, you know? And I then saw another diamond painter do it, and then I looked it up, and it was like every diamond painter is like, you have to do this canvas. It's like a rite of passage. And I'm like, it sure is, and I think I'm going to get it. You know, if it's too much for me, I'll put it away until it's not. And when I got this kit and opened it up, talk about not having information on the box, because I know a lot of you are like, there's no information on the Dreamer Design box. They don't tell you what kind of drill shape it is. They don't tell you, did I fling one of these around here? They don't tell you the drill shape. They don't tell you how many colors. They don't, you know, there's not a lot of information on the box. And I agree. Well, there was nothing on this box. Nothing. I mean, the amount of enhancements in this kit, and there was absolutely, it was just a portrait of Adele on the cover of the box. There was no indication that there were all these enhancements. So if I didn't see Katie and then look at other diamond painters that did this, I wouldn't know. And every time I opened this box up and took this canvas out, I was pleading with Art Dot, please let me be your marketer for this canvas. Please let me be your marketer. And I got mine. They didn't even have it on the Diamond Dotz site. I had to get it through Amazon. And it was on sale. I'm like, oh, it's probably... It's probably not even the same canvas. How could this not, you know, how could they not have it? And it's on Amazon, and it's like, it was like 15% off. I'm like, it's not going to be the same thing. Or maybe it's old, maybe it's damaged, or maybe something. Like, you know, the canvas is outdated. That's what I was thinking. And nope, 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 nope. So I always put it on the website. I always put it on the channel. I mean, that you should go and get this canvas. Go and get it. And get it on Amazon, because I'll link it because it's always on sale. I don't know how Art Dot doesn't have it, but Amazon does. They might have it back in stock. I think they got involved with their master classes. Where'd you come from? Those masterclass kit, and I thought, oh, this is right up my alley. A masterclass kit. This is what I'm doing anyway. I do backgrounds on the artist and on their artwork, and I love it. I love the idea. And then when I saw unboxings of, you know, masterclass, there was just too many things missing for that to be called a masterclass. It takes more than just, you know, micro, because a lot of the drills were like micro size, and they, like, instead of this being a partial, this will be where the micro drills would go that were like smaller than these drills. And I just was like, well, where's the artist info? Like, if you're calling this a masterclass, I think that there should be like a pull sheet on the artist and on the artwork, and they didn't have any of that. And there were like a lot of things missing in the kit. For a pro level kit, they could have upped their toolkit. There was a lot of things, and I think maybe they just got caught up in that. They were the big thing with that kit is that it was kitted up for you, so you just had to open the box and then you could start diamond painting, because I believe that your drills were already in containers that looked like the Art Dot containers, that kind of a thing. It was very nice, very nice. But I'd rather you give me a decent diamond painting pen, and how about some putty? You know, even Diamond Art Club has a pen with putty in it already, and a, you know, a nice generous piece to keep filling that pen. You know, let me see here. My light is glaring in my way again. This light. Yeah. But I get a feeling with this kit that I haven't gotten from any of my new kits that I've opened. It's just special, you know. And one of my subscribers, when I was doing this back in October, said, oh my God, I just finished that, and 2 of my relatives want me to make one for them. So she was recreating 2 more of this. This is the kind of kit that I think it's like a puzzle. You know, people put their puzzles out on the table, and when they walk by, they kind of look for like another little piece or something. That's what this kit reminds me of. It reminds me of the type of kit where you just take your time with it. You're not in any rush, because it's so luxurious, really. And it just puts you in that that frame of mind, you know, to take your time with it and enjoy it. Not that we don't there's just something different. It's just different. It's just a different feel when you're doing something like this. It's almost like you're creating the portrait yourself, if that makes sense. You're recreating it, but it's almost as if you're like a real artist. You know, does that make sense? I mean, of course you're a real artist, but almost like it's your design. I don't know. I just always feel like maybe I have too much wild of an imagination, but I just always feel so like every drill that I put in is just so special. And it just, even if it's a plain drill like this, like the Pale Dove. I love Pale Dove because that was the color of my apartment when I was in New York. And I had this Pale Dove wall, and then I had white trim, and it just made the place look bigger. That was a little trick of the eye there, but even if it's something like this Pale Dove, like look at this Pale Dove up against the black or up against the crystal here. It sets it off, you know. I'm going to hate putting this away and going away for 3 days because now I'm so into it. I'm into it again. So I thought that, you know, I have RICO also, that my shirt is getting stuck on here. And I see a little bit of my flannel on there. I thought I would take like a kit that I didn't do in a while out, like RICO is almost done, and you know that's kind of bothering me that it's not finished. And then Chosen is one that I do with my members, and that's not done. I got Curtis Reikovich out. You know, I was doing a lot of Curtis, and I was like, I need a break. But that is a canvas that's very special to me. So she will get done. I have Bud Tabby Cat, and he was part of my Self-Care Sunday series that I had. And he's not finished. And that is one by Peggy Collins, and it is stunningly beautiful. It is a mosaic. The way that's another one. You know, you don't really know sometimes with the naked eye what you're diamond painting, the shape and all, but when you walk away from that canvas and you look at the shape that you just put down of this beautiful tabby cat that looks just like Foofy, her artwork is spectacular. And she's had some other new kits that have dropped, and beautiful. And I'm like, oh, I gotta get Bud done first. I have to get Bud done first. It's you know, it has to get done. Now I see in here. Did I see in? Oh yeah, there's a couple of special drills. I'm gonna pull them out, like bigger drills. I'm gonna hate putting this away, and I know that I wanted to take some. Well, I have an unboxing that I'm taking with me, so you guys will get that one day. It just came today, and it's a small one. It's a snack size, but it is Diamond Art Club. And then I'm going to take the painting that Cindy sent me, and I'm going to kit that up. And you know, I was looking to take something with me, and now I'm like, why didn't I take this one? But this is too big to be traveling down the shore with. And I thought, oh, maybe I'll take Congress Hall. I think I actually said that out loud. I'll take Congress Hall, but I think I'm just going to take a picture of Congress Hall. And that's the other thing, too, with the Tip Tuesday about looking through your phone. When I'm working on that, and being that I'm on top of it, I really get like, kind of like, I don't want to say bored, but I really don't see the beauty of it until I go to edit. And I was kind of looking at the flag, and I was like, where am I here? The drill spaces are very tight. I'm like, where am I in this painting? Like, I know it's a flag, but why is it not looking like a flag? And then when I did the editing, I'm like, oh, there you go. It looks better when you walk away from it. And it looks so much better when I'm looking at it through my camera. Not that it looks better. It's more in focus. That's a painting that when you're working on top of it And it's not a lot of confetti. It's strange. It's not, there's lines of color. But I think because there's such old, antique, colonial type colors that I'm not used to that palette. Even though I have an old Philadelphia home, there's colors of my own house, but yeah, I just am like, I love it though. I mean, I love it. I love the scene. I can't wait to go to Congress Hall when we get in. That's always my first stop. I told you guys when we got there on our honeymoon, I was staying at the No Hotel across the street because it's just too crazy in Congress Hall anymore. It's been taken over by a new generation, and there used to be I don't want to say a decorum, but I mean, when they would do like have hot chocolate in your pajamas, that was a special occasion. Doesn't mean that you walk around like that the whole time that you're there, and kids in the brown room, like it's a bar, it's an adult place. Maybe I'm old fashioned. I guess I am. I just like the adults need their time and space too. Kids are catered to a lot today, and the adults need their space, and your kids are adorable. I love children. I do. I'm so happy that there's a young family in the White House with young children that are so adorable. I mean, the little girl sucking her thumb and the little boy carrying his teddy bear. I mean, it's been a while since we had little kids in the White House, and little kids just bring joy. But I don't want to be having a cocktail with your kid sitting next to me. So it was just like too much for that atmosphere. There's like live music and it's adult time. When I was a kid, my mom and dad had company over. I mean, this is how John and I really start, getting to know each other a little bit better. Like 15 years ago, when I put something on Facebook that I was like, whatever happened to house parties? Why are we always going out to these expensive restaurants? And if you want to have one cocktail, it's like half your paycheck, And John had read that, and he was delivering mail in that neighborhood where I was. He's delivered all over. And I was typing on my computer. I was doing a food blog at the time. I was a cafe hopper, dweller. I went to every new cafe that was open, and I would, give the lowdown on what their special drinks were, coffee drinks, what was on the menu, all the positives, because it's hard. You really can't make money with coffee. You really can't. Take it from me. And all of a sudden I looked up and he was sitting in front of me. I was like, oh, where'd you come from? He's like, I'm in the neighborhood. I'm delivering mail, and I just read your post. Like, are you serious about having house parties? I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, that's the way we grew up, Elisa, and I would love to get in on this with you. I'll have the first party, and I'll pass the baton to you, and then you could pass it to someone else. Well, it took me 10 years to have my party. He had his right away. But then my life exploded in New York, and my grandmother got sick, and then my dad got sick, and then my ex-mother-in-law died out of the blue. I'm running from my father to my grandmother, and it's my ex-mother-in-law that ends up passing away. So, it was a hectic time. It took me 10 years. And John and I were never really close. Like, we had a lot of love and respect for each other as friends, classmates. We went to school together. But I got to tell you, it took me 10 years to have that party. I don't think he talked to me for a long time either. He's like, you wanted to do this thing? I'm like, John, my life is exploding. You think I'm worried about a house party? And he had his, and I went. And it was very nice. And I was telling him what I was going to do. I was going to do a Parisian party. And he was all jazzed with it. And I was showing him like what I intended to serve and how I was going to decorate, and then it didn't happen. It got canceled, and then it was just like, I can't do this, and I moved out to New York for a while, but I was still going back and forth because of my dad. And when we finally, I think were we married no, we weren't married. No, we weren't even dating. What the heck am I talking about? I decided that I was going to have a house party. And he's like, yeah, okay. I'm like, well, you're invited, of course. He's like, yeah, it took you 10 years. This house party. I'm like, well, you're invited. And he's like, well, maybe I'll come. I was like, all right, that's John. You never got a firm commitment from him. It was always a maybe. I'm like, okay. And he ended up coming, and he ended up coming with his, a guy that he played with, a friend of his, for like 30 years. And he's like, I got a surprise for your party. Are you having it? I'm like, yes, I'm having it. He's like, do you mind if I bring a friend? I'm like, no. And of course, when he says bring a friend, I thought he meant a girl. I was like, no, absolutely. More the merrier. Bring as many people as you want. I have a lot of food and everything else. And here he ended up coming with Elliot. And that was, you know, his musical partner for a really long time. And they ended up playing in the living room while my guests were in the dining room. And it was so beautiful. I mean, my friends really came, you know, they showed up for that party. They didn't have to do anything other than just show up, but they were so into the theme, and who brought macaroons and you know, French pastry, and I mean, we had everything, cheeses and brie, and it was such a beautiful party. And I made French 75s and aviations, and it was just, I had all different kind of coffees. It was really nice. I don't know how I got on this topic. How did I get on this topic with my cafe and stuff? I don't even know. I don't even know how I got on this topic of me and John, and you know, some of the shenanigans we got into when we were just friends. Where am I? But it was a beautiful party, a beautiful house party. I don't even know how I got on this topic. It's so hard to diamond paint, talk, and you know what you're doing. Well, I have a few special drills in here that I want to put in, so I could show you guys those. So the first one is 01, Adella's beautiful bracelet. When I did the video, the masterclass on her jewelry, you see the way her hand is here? She was hiding her finger. There was some kind of an accident, and it made her very self-conscious. And she had this beautiful ring that her husband gave her that hid this imperfection in her hand. And Adella died young. She died in her 40s. Forget what she had. It wasn't like pneumonia or anything. It was, you know, something more than that. And something that we probably could have cured today. I know that. And, you know, it was kind of sad. Okay. So there's 01. Wasn't there more than just that? 03. Oh, yeah, 03 I'm looking at over there. So she had this big, beautiful ring that she wore on that finger because she was so self-conscious of it. And even this portrait, Klimt had so many sketches, and I found them all. I belong to Google Art and Culture. It's one of my favorite sites for art. That, and of course the public domain site, and VEE is another site that I like, because I was getting a lot of custom canvases done, and VEE allows you to download in high def with the, I think it's $10 a month, and they have beautiful artwork, and you can curate it, and you could have collections of your own. And so I have collections of artwork that I would love to have done, canvases of art. Now I just found one today. I was like, oh gosh, I forgot all about this one. But Dreamer Designs was, I think the Dreamer Design, their custom department is fabulous. I love it. I think I only see 2 over there. Am I in this shot here? Yeah. These are these long baguettes. right there. I get that in nicely. Oh. And I, you know, Dreamer Designs is tightening up their canvas to, oh, I did not get that in. Oh, oh, pushing that, not good. All right. So you got that beautiful one, this one, that one. Any other ones that I missed that we can get them down and you can see the different gems? No, there's the blue ones, pretty. Baguettes, pretty. Oh yeah, there's some more in here. I knew I saw more right here. Let's get those in. Oh, these are the white ones. It's so much fun doing this canvas. It's so much fun. Am I in this shot here? Oh yeah, I'm there. There we go. Very good. Oh, just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. How did I put this away? I don't know. I don't know. And do you see what I'm saying? Like, just this little area here. Like, I can do this little box here. I can come in here. I could do this. I could do her bracelet. I just put this color away. K is the... I believe that this is K. This is K because there's so much of it. And I gotta take this one out. Oh God, it's so gorgeous. So pretty. And they will go over on their back. It's the gold side up. Let's do her bracelet. Oh, I know what I was talking about. How many sketches that Klimt did of Adella in her home for this portrait. And I found them all on Google Art and Culture. And I believe that I can't even remember. I don't think that she is sitting. I think she is standing. It kind of looks like she's sitting, but I think that she is standing. And the back, it kind of looks like a high back chair. The beautiful dress that she has on. There's like right down the gown, because I'll do a full view later. Down the gown are all these evil eyes that he put in there as protection for people that were jealous of her. So you'll see that there's actually one here. There's one coming up here. That's an evil eye, and they're all down her gown. Then he used her insignia. Oh my gosh. He used her initials, the B's. Let me see if I can find them. Adele Bauer. And the B's were, you know, going one way and then the other. Very pretty. The baguettes, you know, it just encompassed who she was to him. You know, as a patron of the arts and being wealthy, but still being where she wanted to be. She had that appreciation for artists and the portrait that he did for her. Took him, I don't know how long. I know that there was maybe close to 100 sketches. I'm looking to see if there's any more K's, but they are the K's. Okay. Yeah, K is the whole background to give it that gilded effect. you could actually tour where Klimt lived. You can tour his home, and some of the portrait, I don't know, I don't think any of the portraits are still in there. Are they in there? Maybe. I think they are. I think they are. I think there are portraits in there. I think Lady with a Fan is there. Oh, and then I did a whole master class on the models that he used. Red Hilda, who was a woman in hat with feather boa. She was the woman that posed for the goldfish. She was a prominent model. She had that beautiful red hair. I was only able to find one actual photo of her, and I put that inside the master class that I did. So pretty, so pretty. She was in a play, like kind of like a Renaissance kind of a play, and that's like the only picture of her. But when you see her face, she was so pretty. You can see he did very good renditions of the models that he used. And he had the pictures of him with his cat, his black cat. I really enjoyed that masterclass. I got to freshen up on it. Can't hold too many things in my head these days. No matter how passionate I am about it. But I've done masterclasses on a few artists, and sometimes I get like, oh, wait a minute, was that Klimt? Was it Mucha? Was it Michelangelo? Why do we have no? Do we have any? Wait. Do we have any canvases by Michelangelo? I'm gonna ask him. Do we have the hand of God touching man? I don't know. I think Diamond Dotz has the Mona Lisa. I don't know. I could be going crazy. It could be going nuts. What is she talking about? Oh, gosh. I know that Diamond Painting Shop has the Botticelli. And I know someone who's doing that one. One of my members is doing the Botticelli. Gabriella. She's doing the Botticelli. It's beautiful too. It's a beautiful rendition because it's just her head. And I like that perspective on the birth of Venus. When it's just her head. I have that painting in my room by a friend of mine who's an artist here in Philly. And he's a pop artist, Perry Milo. And I'm trying to get my art room done. And that is going on the wall that John informed me that he's going to knock down. I'm like, knocking down what? What are you talking about? He's like, well, I was thinking maybe we can knock through this wall, make our bedroom bigger. I'm like, yeah, but when you knock through the wall, you're in my art room. Nobody's got against my art room. Keeps taking it away from me. He's like, well, you got that beautiful king-size bed. I do. I have a beautiful king-size bed in my home. I have a lot of, I did a lot of antique shopping in my day. And especially when I was living in New York, I'd go down to Hell's Kitchen. They had the best. Oh, they had the best. Flea markets. And when I was out in Maryland, too, there was a place that I used to frequent all the time called Gatsby's, and I bought my bed frame from them, and it's spectacular. And I bought my mattress. It's like it was supposed to be like the same mattress that they used at the Plaza in New York, and I have such affection for the Plaza because I grew up reading Eloise. And I didn't want to be Eloise, but I did want to live at the Plaza and have a nanny. I didn't want to be Eloise, but I could tell you we would have been best friends or mortal enemies because we were a lot alike. Like, I remember reading the book for the first time and I was like, I think they changed the name of this book. I think it's me. I think it's Elisa, not Eloise. I mean, we did. I mean, I was in roller skates constantly. I never wore shoes ever, ever. Roller skates just made me move faster, and had that sense of freedom and flying. I loved it, and I did try combing with my hair with a fork once. Doesn't work. And I had, my pets. Yeah, I couldn't have anything. My brother was allergic to everything, but I did want a dog that looked like a cat and a turtle. So I had camp. So I did all those things. I would take things from, like when we go on a hike, if we went to Wissahickon or Soupy Island, I would come home with like tadpoles and stuff in a box, and I would hide them under my bed. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Other little girls are afraid of bugs. I was always picking things up and taking them home with me. So when I opened Petal Bell is actually based on Eloise in a way, because Petal Bell is like my inner child. And yeah, we were good friends with Eloise. Good friends with Eloise. And I remember, just being on roller skates. I was always making noise. If I had shoes on, you know what shoes I had on? I had Dr. Scholl's sandals on because they were made of wood, and I would rip the rubber. I would take the rubber off the bottom. I would wear it down because then, you were supposed to wear them, and you were supposed to grip your toes around this thing. You're walking on planks of wood. And you had this little toe grip to like strengthen your legs. Well, not me. I took the rubber off the bottom because they made noise, and I would just drag my feet, and everybody knew when I was coming down the street. You would hear clunk, 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 clunk. And here comes that kid again. You heard me coming from like a block away. My friends would be laughing. They were like, Elisa's on her way. Yeah, so I was very imaginative as a kid. And my dad worked night work, and my mom worked day work. And, okay, I got along better with my dad. Because my dad came in from night work, and you know how it is if you ever done night work. I've done night work. You don't come home and go to bed. You're like, you got to unwind. And so he would take me like out, and it was always an adventure with my dad. And then, right before we came back in, he would take me to the corner store and get me lunch, and then he would go, okay, I'm going to take a nap, and like, when this show is over, your mom's going to be coming in the door. And I'm like, okay. And there was a TV in their bedroom, and my dad would lock the bedroom door because the bathroom was in that room too, and I had my little sandwich and my little snacks, and and I would just watch TV, and my dad slept. And so it was pretty independent. And then my mom would take over, but it was like a brief amount of time that I was with her because my dad was going to night work and she was coming in. She'd make dinner, and that was it. It was bath time, bedtime, boom. And I don't know what I did one day, but I answered my mother in French. My mother was always calling my father up. Do you know what your daughter did today? Do you know what she did? Do you know what she said to me today? And she called my dad up, and she's like, what is this kid watching during the day? And he's like, I don't know, bro. What do you mean? I had like 3 channels, and we didn't have a lot of TV channels. What do we have? 3, 6, 10, 12, 17, and 48. And then you had that crazy channel that you knew that there was something there. And you would be looking, I see something. What is it? I remember one time I had my brother, my brother with the rabbit ears. I was like, oh, right there. Now just move a little bit. I didn't have anything. I was just torturing him because that's what I did. That's what your little brothers are for. But you know that one channel that if you're old enough, you remember the one channel that you knew that there's somebody in there. What are they doing? It was like an episode of Lost. You got to put the code in. And he's like, I don't know, bro. She's watching Channel 48. She's watching Gilligan's Island. Well, here's another thing. My favorite show as a kid was Family Affair. Again, the book that I loved was about a little girl who lived in Manhattan with a nanny, and her mother worked for Coco Chanel, and she charged everything. And then the other show that I loved was Family Affair. I loved Family Affair. I loved Buffy and Jody. They were abandoned, and they go to live with their Uncle Bill in Manhattan. I mean, eventually I made it there. Eventually I made it to Manhattan. But I loved that whole story, how they loved their Uncle Bill. And he was a bachelor, and then all of a sudden he's got these 2 little kids. And then Sissy came along too. And they just loved Uncle Bill. This does not go here. You do not belong. You're letter K. And I just loved these, things that revolved around Manhattan when I was a kid. And I know, because my father said, I don't know, she's watching this show. I think there's like a little French girl on. And it wasn't Buffy and Jody, because they only had a Japanese girl that came to visit, and she was speaking Japanese. So I don't remember this. I don't know which show it was that I was watching that I started to speak French, and I was driving my mother insane. It was probably like PBS or something. It must have been a show on there. I was driving my mother nuts. I wouldn't change anything though. I was telling you guys, like, I know why I don't watch a lot of television. I don't watch a lot of television because the whole situation, like, just annoys me anymore. Like, it's not Family Affair with Mrs. Beasley and Buffy and Jody, the twins. They were really close. They were always going on these adventures. They were out of the house, like me. You had to be out of the house. Your parents did not want you in the house. My father said to me, "Look, you come in this house one more time, and you're staying in." You come in this house one more time, and you're staying in. I'm like, no. Go run back out. Yeah, because staying in meant that you had chores to do. They didn't just let you stay in. It was like, okay, now go do your room. They gave you something else to do where you weren't in their sight. I mean, it's no joke. Like at 10 o'clock that the announcement came on that said, it's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? That's not a joke. That actually happened in Philly. Because you didn't know where your kids were. Parents didn't know where we were. I'm surprised they knew what school we went to. I remember my mother telling me, like I was like in first grade. She's like, now walk down the street and you're going to make a right. And then she just said, just follow the older kids that are going to school. That's how I got to school. I was hoping that they weren't going to play hooky because then I was really, going to be in trouble. Go down the street, cross 2 streets, and then make a left, and then make another right. I was so confused. Me, dyslexia. She's giving me directions. Then she just said, just follow the older kids. But we survived. We survived. It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? I remember my father once screaming up the steps for my brother. I'm like, he's not home. He's like, where is he? I'm like, I don't know. Like he literally screamed because he didn't know where his kids were. I didn't know where we were. We were out. We were out. And if the lights went on, the street lights, like that was your clue that you had to go home. But I was always on the small streets that had hundreds of kids, of course. And if my father didn't come for me, I was like, oh, he's sleeping. He's sleeping. He's napping. I could stay out another, and then he would send my brother, and my brother would come to the corner, He would never walk down the street. He would just come to the corner, and I was always down the other end, and he would be screaming my name, and all the kids would be like, your brother's down the street calling you. I was like, let him go home. And then he would come back with my father. And that's when I went home. So what do you think of this blast from the past? Miss Adella, the blast from 2024. She's got her jewels on. She's got her hair up big high. Oh, Adella. And what other little jewels? I have to look up it here to see what the heck I did. But this is so, it's just so fabulous to do, because even like I said, even if you're doing like one little square here, or like doing these swirls, these reminded me of the, where are they? Like, see these swirls here? They reminded me of like cinnamon buns and elephant ears. They reminded me of pastry. So much fun to do. I love, love, love this canvas. I love that I am going to do a Throwback Thursday every Thursday. Now, I don't know, like, this is just so fun and so special. I just feel like I should finish her and not jump around and like maybe just be like, okay, let you guys vote on what I have open from 2004. And I know that RICO is the big one. He's the flamingo, and he is just like, oh, he looks like he looks like he should live in Las Vegas. He's so, that has like a lace border. It's like a throwback kind of a feel to like the 50s. Yeah, it's gorgeous. I love flamingos. They're my favorite type of bird. And then there's, you know, the foofy one. I don't know what else I have open. Like, they're the three main ones I think that I was really working on towards the end of 2024 and then chosen, but I don't think any of my members got chosen to work along with me in the She's Beautiful. They wanted to do a master class with a canvas that I just do with them. So rather than it be a big canvas, I think we're so overwhelmed by big canvases, which is why I have something from Diamond Art Club. I don't have enough Diamond Art Club in my life. I think that their drills are exceptional, beautiful. I always enjoy Diamond Art Club. I never really, I can't say anything about Diamond Art Club. And I just feel like, you know, sometimes you just want to have that sense of accomplishment where you have a smaller canvas and it's enjoyable. So maybe that's one that I do with my members. If you all want to run out and grab it, it's not expensive at all. It's not a sparkler or a little, or a sticker or anything like that. It is an actual canvas, and it's a beautiful design. And they have many beautiful designs. So if you didn't want that snack size one, then maybe we can do another one together. I think that that's, you know, fair. You know, my taste might not be your taste and vice versa. So yeah, I like having a canvas that I do just with my members. And I felt like Chosen I was doing on my own and giving you guys updates. But she's another one that has to be done. And I got a lot of her done too. So there's a lot done with Bud, with Chosen, with RICO. And of course, they will get done. And I'm really staying on task with my angels. I opened up Time for Christmas because of the whole Congress Hall thing. I have to see what kind of time. I am going to jump back to working steadily on my angel. And I am going to kit up Cindy. I named her Cindy. Her name is People on Diamond Art Emporium, but I named her Cindy. I'm not just name her People. I am going to kit that one up if I get to it when we're away. I don't know. John usually has big surprises when we do something, and I don't really know. Is the weather going to be this cold? We're going to be inside. I know we're going to be going out for walks and stuff like that, but I will kit that up. And I do want to, after my angel, have her running next, because I'm trying to get him done by February 14th. and have her running next, just in case I decide to do Mermaids in March with Shay. I'm really not up on these events. I hear people talking about events all the time. Oh, Yumi May? There is a canvas of hers that I want. It's called Pressed Wings. I didn't really know that she was having an event. I'm just hearing it like through the buzz. But I know that there's a few other events going on, and I really would love to get involved with events, but then I feel like you have to have that dedication that that's the canvas that you're working on. And I always work on summer with the masters, because that's when I also do a master class on whomever I am painting. And this year, I'm not getting another canvas. I'm going to finish up Night's Rest. And I've done master classes on Muka, but I have big plans for my 2 Mukas that I have finished. I have the Moon and I have Night's Rest. I got them both from Diamond Painting Shop, so they're the same size, and I have plans for both of them that I haven't let out of the bag yet. So that's coming in the summer. Okay, that's my story. Now I'm going to bed. It is Wednesday evening, if I didn't tell you that. I dyed my hair, and I was like, I'm like a dog. You know when you wet a dog, you give it a bath, and it starts running all around the house. I'm like, I'm not going to bed now. Come downstairs to diamond paint. I'll get this out of the way for Thursday. There she is. So pretty. This is just such a special, spectacular canvas, and she's heavy. I mean, she's not even, she's more than a third of the way done. Yeah, maybe about a third, and she's heavy. This is something that I would say shop your thrift stores. See if you can find a magnificent frame to put her in. Definitely getting framed. I don't know where she's going to be. I have my Botticelli, and I feel like they need to be not so much together, but like in the same room. The Botticelli is a painting, but this is just so special. She has to go somewhere, maybe in my foyer as you come in the door. I'm not sure, but she has to go somewhere really special in my home. Okay, guys. I will see you with the next one. After this will be either the unboxing or the kit up, or some little shenanigans that me and John get into at the shore. Take care. Keep creating that world that you want to live in. Leave me a comment. Think about subscribing. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and I would love to have you here. I have a great community here. The diamond painting community is just so special and kind and generous, and I would love to have you be a part of Elisa Maria Designs. See you, as always, in the next one. Bye.